My friends, listen to me very carefully, because what I'm about to share with you today is sending a wave of emotion, fear, confusion, and hope across millions of American households. Right now, seniors, disabled Americans, veterans, low-income families, widows, and caregivers feel like the ground is shaking beneath their feet because a new Social Security-related proposal connected to Donald Trump has surfaced. And at the center of this conversation, one date keeps echoing everywhere: December 15th. This date is now being whispered in congressional halls, discussed on policy calls, debated among analysts, and talked about in senior communities all across the country. December 15th could deliver a massive update linked to payments, benefit changes, or year-end adjustments, something that affects millions of lives and millions of struggling families who are desperately waiting for some kind of relief. And if you rely on Social Security benefits, whether you're retired, disabled, caring for someone with disabilities, receiving survivor benefits, or living on limited income, you cannot afford to miss what's happening. Right now, seniors are tired. People are exhausted. Many are at the breaking point, trying to stretch a check that simply doesn't stretch anymore. Prices keep climbing. Food is more expensive than ever. Rent is suffocating millions, and medical costs are outrageous. Every message I receive from seniors says the same thing. My Social Security check isn't enough. I can't pay for medication and groceries. Is anyone in Washington even listening to us? And that is why this new Social Security proposal tied to Donald Trump has exploded into headlines. Not because it's guaranteed, not because it's official, but because millions of Americans feel ignored, forgotten, and abandoned, and any sign of change, any spark of hope, anything that hints at financial relief becomes monumental. This December update is not just about money. It's about dignity. It's about survival. It's about recognition that seniors, disabled Americans, and low-income families deserve to live without fear, without stress, and without sacrificing basic needs. Now, let me be very clear and responsible. What has appeared is a proposal, not a signed order. But even proposals matter, especially when they're connected to something as huge as Social Security. They shape the national conversation. They force lawmakers to respond. They push issues to the front. And when Trump's policy teams or advisors start circulating draft ideas around Social Security, people pay attention because seniors make up one of the most powerful groups in this country. You vote. You influence elections. You shape policy. You are the backbone of America. And Washington knows it. The discussions happening right now revolve around potential benefit boosts for low-income seniors, possible adjustments to help disabled Americans, ideas to speed up the approval process for disability claims, and consideration of emergency relief due to winter costs. What's driving all this attention is a simple truth. Seniors cannot wait until next year. Many cannot wait another month. And that is why December 15th is emerging as a key date in these discussions. It's the final stretch before the year ends, when Congress scrambles to finalize budgets, when federal agencies plan year-end updates, and when winter costs begin crushing families already living paycheck to paycheck. December 15th sits at the intersection of political urgency and human desperation. Imagine being a senior right now. You worked for 30, 40, maybe 50 years. You paid into Social Security every paycheck. You raised children. You built this country. And now, in retirement, you're being forced to stretch $900, $1,000, maybe $1,200 a month. How can anyone survive like that in today's America? Everything is more expensive, yet the benefits barely move. A 3% COLA increase sounds good on paper, but when rent goes up 10%, food goes up 20%, and medical bills skyrocket, what are seniors left with? Nothing. Stress, anxiety, fear. That is why this new proposal tied to December 15th is sparking so much emotion. Seniors are looking for relief. Disabled Americans are looking for fairness. Families are looking for hope. They're looking for someone to stand up and say, "You matter. Your struggle matters. Your survival matters." The emotional weight of this moment is huge. Seniors are tired of hearing promises that never turn into action. They're exhausted from political fights that feel disconnected from real life. And they're fed up with living on scraps while everything around them gets more expensive. This new proposal is being talked about because policymakers know they can't ignore the millions of Americans crying out for help. Seniors are not invisible. You are not powerless. And that is why Washington is reacting. What's important now is understanding what could realistically happen on December 15th. There are discussions about potential payment adjustments or updates that could affect December benefits. There are conversations around whether low-income seniors could receive winter assistance. There are policy drafts mentioning possible year-end recalculations or relief proposals. None of this is guaranteed, but none of it is impossible either. This is how policy starts, quietly, carefully, through early drafts, proposals, leaks, and discussions. And right now, those discussions are real. If you are watching this as someone living on SSI or SSDI, you know how difficult life is. Many of you cannot work. Many of you have conditions that make daily living painful and exhausting. Many of you are caring for disabled children or spouses. You are fighting battles most people don't even see. And your benefits are so low that you're trapped in poverty by the very system meant to protect you. You deserve better. And that is why this December update matters. Because even the possibility of a benefit increase or financial relief could change lives. For some, it could mean medication. For some, food. For some, heat. For some, simply breathing without fear. Disabled Americans have waited too long for reform. Many of you wait years for approvals. Many are denied help even when they're suffering. And every delay is another month of pain. That's why part of this proposal focuses on speeding up disability decisions and updating old rules that hurt people instead of helping them. This is long overdue, and the fact that it is being discussed again is significant. Veterans are also part of this conversation. Many veterans rely on Social Security in addition to VA benefits, and they too are struggling. These are men and women who served the country, who sacrificed, who risked their lives, and now they face financial hardship in old age. No veteran should struggle to buy medicine. No veteran should have to choose between electricity and food. And no veteran should worry about losing their home. Any Social Security changes, especially those discussed for December, would impact them deeply. And let's talk about widows and widowers. Many of you lost your partners, and along with your grief came financial instability. Widows' benefits are often too small, and many widows fall into poverty the moment their spouse passes away. This is heartbreaking, and this system needs improvement. So when conversations about Social Security reform reappear, especially tied to a big political name, widows pay attention because these changes could protect them. The real story here is not politics. It is people. It is lives. It is suffering. It is hope. It is survival. December 15th is more than a date. It is a symbol of urgency. It represents the final chance for lawmakers to act before another winter hits vulnerable Americans. It represents the final opportunity for policymakers to acknowledge the reality seniors are living in. And it represents one more moment where change might actually be possible. Whether Trump's proposal becomes something official or not, what matters is the pressure it creates. When big policy discussions happen, Congress reacts. Agencies react. Committees react. Political figures react. This is how change begins. And that is why seniors are paying attention right now. My friends, I want to speak to your hearts for a moment. You have been through so much. You have survived more than most people will ever understand. You lived through decades of hardship, wars, recessions, family struggles, health challenges, and losses. You kept going. You kept fighting. And even now, when life feels overwhelming, you are still standing. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You matter more than you know. And this fight for fair Social Security benefits is not over. It is just beginning. As we approach December 15th, there will be more updates, more discussions, and more information. And you deserve to hear the truth clearly, without confusion, without politics, and without false promises. I will continue to bring you every update honestly and immediately, because your life, your survival, and your dignity matter. You are not alone. Millions of seniors are fighting the same fight. Millions of disabled Americans are fighting the same fight. Millions of low-income families are fighting the same fight. And when millions raise their voices together, Washington has no choice but to listen. Stay hopeful, stay strong, and stay with me, because the next few weeks could shape the future of Social Security for millions of Americans. And no matter what happens, I will be right here, speaking for you, fighting for you, and bringing you every piece of information you need.